everything I do, I try to think this may be the last time I ever do this.
Do you want to know the big secret?
Joy is a state of mind. Joy is living with gratitude for just the experience of being alive.
You must see I feel a bit cheated.
You don't. In fact, feel the opposite.
When you're an adult, you may convince yourself, rather stupidly, that you're too old for fun and silliness and play, and it's not true.
There are tears in his eyes. There are not. There soon will be.
It is the best way, in my opinion, to savor life.
There's ways to find and have fun everywhere. My life is better for it.
At your wedding, he said he loved me.
Be grateful for everything, including the hard things.
That was the best day of my life.
What is the difference between choosing happiness in hard times and toxic positivity?
Hello, and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies. This is
Alan Seawright, a professional filmmaker who needs therapy and sometimes gets it or sometimes needs it more from Richard Curtis movies.
Right out of the gate, we're talking About Time today. I loved this movie so much that I almost forgive Richard Curtis for Love Actually.
That takes a lot of work.
Love is all around head and
People have been asking us to do this for ages. Is about a young man whose father tells him that the men in our family can travel backwards in time to events from their own lives starting at the age of 18. You can't go to the future, you can't go past when you were born, and you can't go anywhere but your own life.
Right.
But it does give you the opportunity to go and fix things and rearrange things as you see fit. So that's a great little hook for what is ultimately a beautiful romantic and family drama. I want to take a look at the entire point of this film is the secret formula for happiness. And we're going to take 7 lessons from the story. So let's do this.
Okay then.
Do you want to know the big secret, or would you rather find it out for yourself like I did?
I love Bill Nighy so much.
Less traumatic, much more important. The real mothership.
Oh, go on. Tell me. Let's save some time. And so he told me his secret formula for happiness. Part 1 of the 2-part plan was that I should just get on with ordinary life, living it day by day like anyone else.
This is actually from near the end of the movie, but in keeping with the theme of the film, we're going non-linear on this bitch.
Absolutely. We're jumping around wherever the hell we want.
Just like our protagonist. But the idea of living in the present, if you could go back in time and fix anything, which the characters do, but it's always to try and make the present a better place.
Right.
Because I've had that time travel fantasy.
Oh, everyone has it.
I've had that. If I could go back and do things differently, what would I do? But at the end of the day, all you have is now.
Yep.
So how do you take the lessons that you learned and make things better now?
Hey, you know what might have helped Kit Kat when she was in that bad relationship?
Therapy.
You better believe it, brother. But I know there can be a lot of hesitation to start therapy.
It's true. In a recent survey from today's sponsor, BetterHelp, they found that 76% of people believe that mental health care can help, but so many hold back because of stigma.
BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to give you helpful, unbiased advice.
To get started, click the link below or go to betterhelp.com/cinematherapy.
And fill out the questionnaire to assess your specific needs.
You'll get matched with a therapist, in most cases, in 48 hours or less.
BetterHelp has a network of over 30,000 therapists with a wide range of expertise, even wider than Jono's.
And they're committed to helping you find a therapist who's a good fit for you.
So you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost if the first one you're matched with isn't a very good fit.
You can also choose a time that's convenient for you for your therapy sessions.
You can also choose how you want to do your therapy sessions. Phone call, video chat, even texting.
It's so convenient and personalized, it really helps many people to overcome the barriers they face in starting therapy.
Over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life.
If you think that you might benefit from therapy, click the link below or go to betterhelp.com/cinematherapy.
You'll get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you.
Lights out.
Yeah. Tough day.
Tough day.
But then came part 2 of Dad's plan. He told me to live every day again, almost exactly the same. The first time with all the tensions and worries that stop us noticing how sweet the world can be. But the second time, noticing. Okay, Dad. Let's give it a go.
Okay, I'll do the kids.
No, don't worry. I'll do them.
Yeah, you do them, you lazy bum.
The truth is, I now don't travel back at all, not even for the day. I just try to live every day as if I've deliberately come back to this one day, to enjoy it, as if it was the full, final day of my extraordinary, ordinary life.
I don't get many things right the first time, in fact.
Richard Curtis clearly believes, as I do, it is difficult to have a hard day when you wake up next to Rachel McAdams.
You got
Just saying, I have a tough time picturing that being a bad day.
You know what's funny? I used to watch a lot of old Jackie Chan movies, and whenever he would do a big stunt, they would capture it from like 4 angles, and they would play each angle after each other so you could appreciate all the different times. He does that with her just adjusting in bed.
Rolling over a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, here, again and again and again and again. But what the implication is he, this character, is taking the moment to really appreciate, this is a small thing. It's my wife just rolling over in bed and getting comfortable, and it's magnificent.
Yes.
You know, being alive is a magnificent thing. And his dad tells him, go live the day, be stressed about it, you know, be frustrated, be overwhelmed, and then go back, now that you know what the day holds, and redo it and take the time to appreciate all the little wonderful things that there are to appreciate. What's so cool about this movie is it's a time travel fantasy whose thesis by the end of the film is we don't need time travel. Mm-hmm. We just need to live every day appreciating the wonder and amazement of being alive. And some days suck, and you could still be grateful for them.
Yep.
Now, again, we're jumping around the timeline a bit because he learns this lesson at the end of the film, but the fact is he and a lot of the other characters spend the movie living in ways that bring happiness.
Yes.
And so we're going to go back in time in the movie, and we're going to see what they're doing and pull some lessons. Wow. Sheesh. Number 1, prioritize people and relationships.
Mm-hmm. All in all, it was a pretty good childhood, full of repeated rhythms and patterns. By the time I was 21, we were still having tea on the beach every single day, skimming stones, eating sandwiches, summer and winter, no matter what the weather. And every Friday evening, a film, no matter what the weather.
I do love watching this. You know, it seems like, oh, we're having family outings. And as a kid, my family would have family outings, and I was just like, well, this is just what families do. Until I realized a lot of families don't have them, number 1.
Yeah, what was that like?
And number 2, sorry.
We did. We had some.
And number 2, now that I'm a parent, just how much...
It's so much work.
That extra effort, and sometimes it's not that much work. Yeah. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes
it's not that much work, but you're so maxed out that asking anything, you know. But I love anytime I make that effort, by the end, I'm like, I'm glad we did that. Mm-hmm. I'm glad we made that memory. I'm glad we spent that time.
We do the same thing. Megan and I put a lot of work in to make memories with our kids, and it always feels like it's going to be too much work. And then at the end of it, it's always like, that was good.
Yeah, that was worth it.
And some of it is just the daily routines, like finding the 5 minutes in the morning to say hello to everybody before they go to school, or, you know, making dinner in the evening instead of everybody rushing off and doing their own things. You're just like, hey, we're going to all have dinner together for 20 minutes before we do that.
Just the small daily rituals.
Yeah.
Number 2 is live with integrity. So he's got the chance to, he's been walking around with this girl he had a mad crush on.
Well,
and she turned him down before. And she's Margot freaking Robbie, so.
Yeah, no, understandable.
It's a lot nicer inside.
I'm sure it is. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So lovely to see you, Charlotte. What a night. Total joy, but I've got to get back.
I love the way Donald Gleason plays the moment of realization.
I have to do right now.
of like, oh, I'm happier the way I am.
Yeah. Well, and there's
Like
some things.
this has been hanging over me. Like, this is the one that got away and whatever. It's like, it doesn't actually matter.
Well, and you know, the part about acting with integrity is he's in a relationship.
Yes.
And this wasn't a date. They bumped into each other, had coffee, walked around. But that what he really wants is the woman he's with.
Wake up. Wake up.
What?
Mary. Would you like to marry?
Don't be so selfish. I'm sleeping. It's bad.
Right. That went very well.
That is the most Megan thing I've ever heard in a film. Ever.
Now, this isn't just about what he wants. I mean, I mentioned what he wants is her and the woman that he's with. But it's also acting in integrity means sacrificing what you want right now for what you want big picture.
Right.
Because, you know, it's Margot Robbie. I think for most of us, of any gender and any sexuality, Margot Robbie says, it's nice in my hotel room. It's going to give you pause.
You're going to think about it.
Yeah, right?
You're going to think.
You're going to think about it. And we've established with his character, he was crazy about her.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a part of him who's like, this is it.
Yeah.
I love, like you said, the realization that comes across is that this isn't what I need.
Well, and it's not an instantaneous thing. Like, you can see the gears spinning up and like shifting and
Well,
like
the blood also has to start flowing back
it's got
upwards.
yeah. There's a biological component.
The love story in this movie gets me so hard. I'm not trying to be crude. I'm just being honest. Okay?
Gosh dang it. I'm trying to have a serious discussion about emotions and you're making dick jokes. I'm done now. So the third point is put in the work for the people and things that matter.
Wait a minute.
So he's
Romantic music.
repeating it and trying it more gently and quietly.
Important question. Are you on your knees? On his knees. Were you so bored in the play you decided to ask me to marry you afterwards? Huh?
Something like that. Yeah. Exactly that. Faye. Will you marry me? Any thoughts on the answer? Yes? No? Get out of my life, loser, they're all possible.
I'm the spy? No?
I think I'll go for yes. Thank you for asking me. And thank you for not going for one of those melodramatic proposals with lots of people around. I hate other people.
Me too.
Very, very Megan coded.
I'm just gonna turn off the radio.
This is my favorite moment in the whole movie.
It's so good.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, she's a bit tired. But we really appreciate it.
And I love that everybody else is like, oh, okay, sure. Except the sax player is just like,
Don't waste my time, man. So first of all, there's a reason why Rachel McAdams was in every romantic movie for about 15 years. Mm-hmm. She's perfect.
she's incredible. She's so sweet and charming and lovely, but strong and intelligent and fierce when she needs to be. Yeah, she's wonderful.
And she plays something that I find incredibly attractive. She loves to sleep. No, I know
I know. It's not dirty or anything.
No, it
It's
is.
just like a nap.
It's just, listen, sleep is one of my favorite things on the planet.
I think sleep is actually your love language.
I know. So,
Can we just sleep? You want to sleep with me? No, I just want to
I
sleep.
just want to sleep. It's not a euphemism. I want to go to bed and fall asleep. You in? You want to do this? It's a moment that in another film would not have felt real, and here feels very real and plausible. This is a conversation that they could be having. Mm-hmm. This is how she could be teasing him. And when he says, yes, pretty much that, or something like that, or...
Exactly that. I love the way her eyes widen and she wakes up more. Mm-hmm. You know, she's like kind of playing it half asleep until that moment. And I think it's all just very beautiful. And there's any number of instances throughout this film that show, you know, him putting in the work or other people putting in the work in their relationships or in life. Mm-hmm. I just love that he put in the work to have a big, elaborate proposal, and then it backfires. But he does exactly what I think you or I would do, which is, let's see if I can get them out quietly. Let's just see. I'm going to put in just a little bit more work to make it actually perfect instead of what I thought was going to be perfect.
Right. I'm normally not a fan of dishonesty in relationships. I'm going to give this one a pass when he's like, I'm just going to go turn off the radio. You know?
He kind of did. Kind of.
Next is have fun.
And what an extraordinary game this is. For the first time, a father and son are playing each other in the World Table Tennis Final, and neither of them are Chinese. Tremendous play from the old world champion and his son, the first openly ginger British table tennis player. The first signs the youngsters are beginning to crack their teeth.
This is openly ginger. Like, did you dye your hair and be a closet ginger?
Truly difficult to imagine not having fun with Bill Nye.
Best shag you ever had?
Britney Spears.
Wow.
No, only kidding. She was rubbish.
I think it's so beautiful. He learns all these times that I was playing table tennis with my dad, I guess this is spoilers for the movie, is that his dad is terminally ill.
Yeah.
And the moment he learns that, he starts traveling back in time to work less, to retire and spend time with his family, because those are the things that really matter. And it's not even see the world, do these grand things. It's playing table tennis.
Having tea on the beach. Getting rained on, stupidly, while watching a movie outside.
Stupidly but sweetly, which is how I live my life. You're my friend, you know.
No, I know. That's why I'm laughing so hard.
This is one of my favorite things as a parent, but also as a person. And I really feel like this is one of my strengths, is I will make it fun. Whatever it is, I will somehow find a way to make it fun. I mean, this entire channel, I mean, that's both of us, but it's like, okay, how can we make learning fun?
I'll make it dark.
Yeah, that's true. And it's, you know, it's a good combo.
It is.
There's not been a single time that I have stopped to play with my kids or to play with my friends. Mm-hmm. Like, I think specifically of last year, we all went and did karaoke.
Yeah.
And our room was insanely hot. The AC was broken, and there was a bunch of us in there.
Drenched in sweat and losing our voices because we were singing way too high-pitched songs.
Which actually you can watch on our Patreon. Like, it was filmed. But that night meant so much to me because I was going through a really hard time at that moment.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun. And at the time, I'm like, okay, fine, we'll do this because we're filming it for our Patreon. And then it lifted me and it fed me and it sustained me. Play is necessary. Fun is necessary. But you have to choose to make the moments. And when you're an adult, you may convince yourself, rather stupidly, that you're too old for fun and silliness and play.
Yep.
And it's not true. It is the best way, in my opinion, to savor life.
Well, and the thing that I love about this is they all find ways in all of their stuff. Like, we see him having fun at work. We see all of them having fun in their relationships. Like, there's ways to find and have fun everywhere. I love what you're saying, that a lot of times we think of have fun as a childish thing, or if you have kids, you need to, you know, play with your kids, right? And that is important, and that's great. But I have been, like, actively trying for the last year or two to find ways to have fun with friends, and particularly with my guy friends. Mm-hmm. Because so many of us, we're in our careers, we're in our 40s, our kids are doing all this stuff, so we have to, like, we have all these things, all these things that are scheduled and they're serious, and we got to get to them, we got to do them. And there's not time unless we make time for us to just have fun. My life is better for it.
And we have to undo the wiring that says if it's not spontaneous, it doesn't count, or if it's not spontaneous, it's not good.
Fun. Yeah.
Like, scheduling fun, and even in a relationship, scheduling sex. People say, well, that's lame. It's like, well, this is what we do on Wednesday nights. Sometimes it just means you really look forward to Wednesday night, you know? Like,
so if you have a planned sex night, that's the best night of your week. Basically by default.
Now we're gonna make love, you know how I know? Because it's Wednesday.
Help and uplift others. That's the next rule.
Do the prosecution
have anything final.
So this is a play. It's not an actual court proceeding. It's classic Loki. It's classic Loki.
Yeah, and Donald Gleason's character, his roommate is a playwright who is the worst, best person.
Uh-huh. And his actor forgets his lines on stage, so he goes back in time to help him out.
Gentlemen, I regard today's proceedings...
Because he cares about his roommate. So he's going to help him
Nevertheless,
out. Make his job a little bit
let
better.
us be clear of one simple and salient thing. It is the life of a guilty man.
The first shot of Donald Gleason when he's holding it, he's got the face of like, it's a guilty man. Like, he's acting along with him.
To make sure he delivers
just
it.
clearly like, oh, I'm in it with you. It's such a dorky thing that is exactly what I would be doing.
It's great that he uses time travel and he goes back and he's like, I can help.
Yes.
Honestly, if I had time travel powers...
That's what you would be doing.
Well, I think that's what a lot of us would be doing. Sure,
yeah.
we'd go back and we would fix some things in our own lives. But when you know that you can help somebody else out, if only you'd done things differently or if you had been there, wouldn't you go back and do it?
Well, especially if there's no cost to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do that all the time.
You just got to go in a closet and make constipation face and then you're there. Like, it's all... It's very low cost. Even though we can't go back in time to fix things, we can learn from our past mistakes or times that we didn't know better, and we can do more now to help.
It's called your 40s.
Yeah. Next is look for the moments of joy.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so this is the cashier he was too busy for earlier, but she's super friendly, and now he's taking the time just to engage.
Yeah, he's repeating like a stressful day and going back and finding all the good
Yeah.
points of his day, right?
Yeah. And by the way, cheering up cashiers, one of my favorite things to do.
It's so easy and just brightens everyone's day.
Just treat him like a person. Yep. He's like, wow, it's beautiful in here. Before he was just running.
Wow, look at these wigs. British jurisprudence. It's awesome.
Before he was too stressed to celebrate with his client, you know? And to celebrate with his friend that they won the case. Which I relate to that, like...
He knocks the wig off.
You got those relationships where you do something like that and it's going to annoy somebody and piss them off. And then you've got the relationships where they know it's done out of love and they feel loved even though they're like, oh, that bastard.
And they're going to find a way to do it back to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. The thing I love about this is he's not just looking for the moments of joy. Like, there were moments of joy around him and he finds them. But he's also finding ways to make joy. Like, when they're walking into the court,
yeah,
and he's like, it's so beautiful in here. That's not a moment of joy. That's literally just like, whoa, hang on. I'm going to make a thing out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, he stops and looks and mentions it. And I know it's a little on the nose to say stop and smell the roses, but stop and smell the roses.
There's a reason that a lot of these cliched sayings are cliche.
Everything I do, I try to think this may be the last time I ever do this. You know, maybe not. Maybe I'll live for decades more, but if this is the last time I do this, I'm really going to enjoy it. It's really easy with burritos.
It's maybe the last burrito ever.
You gotta treat it with the respect it deserves. And then this one's you.
I love you, burrito. And the last variable in the secret formula of happiness, I don't know why I'm so smarmy right now, is choose happiness, even though life is going to be hard.
I did get diagnosed as soon as possible, but it was too late.
How long have we got?
Oh, you know, it could be years.
How long, really?
Weeks, I'm afraid.
Have we had this conversation before?
Yeah.
Because his dad was repeating it, trying to get it right.
Yeah.
I rather let myself down. I hugged you.
So British.
So it's bittersweet.
Sorry. I think I just thought with the time thing.
No, I never said we could fix things. I specifically never said that. Life's a mixed bag, no matter who you are. Look at Jesus. He was the Son of God, for God's sake. Look how that turned out.
You must see I feel a bit cheated.
Don't. In fact, feel the opposite. The only people who give up work at 50 are the time travelers with cancer who want to play more table tennis with their sons.
Right.
So, what is the difference between choosing happiness in hard times and toxic positivity?
Yeah. Well, it's all semantics, what I'm about to say. But I'm going to do a slight reframe. I think we choose joy, not happiness. Because to me, toxic positivity is don't acknowledge the negative. Don't acknowledge the things that are hurtful, that are sad, that are stressful, overwhelming, scary. Don't acknowledge them, pretend they're not there. Just whistle while you work and be cheerful and push your way through it.
Got it.
And that's emotionally unhealthy because your emotions are there for a reason. They demand to be felt, but they're also teachers. And when you refuse to feel them, refuse to acknowledge them, you are refusing the professors of your soul that want to give something to you. You're saying, no, I don't want it. And so toxic positivity insists on happiness all the time, and it leads to misery. Happiness it's an emotional state, right?
Sure.
If speaking of burritos, I'm generally happy
When
I'm
you're
eating a
eating a
burrito,
burrito,
if I'm
yeah.
on a roller coaster, if I'm on the beach, I feel happiness. It's that lightness, it's that carefreeness, it's that fun or that sense of enjoyment. Joy is more profound. I feel like happiness doesn't coexist with sadness or with grief or with stress or with fear. I think those things kind of push happiness out the window, and then you're just kind of feeling those things in the moment.
Okay.
But joy is a state of mind. Joy is living with gratitude for just the experience of being alive. One of the great lessons that I'm learning these past few years of my life is to be grateful for everything, including the hard things. It's because of the hard things, like if I've ever given a piece of advice on this show that you have found helpful, it's because I went through something hard. And I am grateful that I went through something hard because I can help you. I'm grateful that I went through the hard things I've been through because I'm more resilient, more empathetic, and more capable than I used to be, more confident. All of these things come from the hard times. Joy is, I'm going to be grateful for what happens, even if I don't like it. And I'm going to live each day as if it's my last to really savor it. Joyful, grateful living acknowledges all of the hardship and then leans into it as this is turning me into the person I want to be.
Okay. Profound lessons.
See, I'm stupid and silly and sometimes wise. Once in a while. Now I'm gonna sneeze. It's like bodily function bingo. Stick around, everybody.
No, I don't want to.
Once in a while.
So until next time.
I'm afraid I'd rather let myself down. I hugged you.
You can't kill Hitler or shag Helen of Troy. And watch movies. Shout out and thank you to our patrons over on Patreon, where there is a whole other cinema therapy experience awaiting you. So much bonus content. Folks like
Millimetrica,
Sarah NSD,
Clay,
Bibiana Casas,
and Jimmy Danielle.
Thank you. We love you. And it's about time you joined our Patreon.